Hello, are you ready for another story? This one's another Godly Play story and it's called Footprints. What do we have already out on our table today? Well, we've seen this cloth before. Lake Galilee and the shoreline. And today we've got two fishing boats. These must be fishermen. Their job must be to go out every day and catch fish to sell at market. We have a crowd of people. We've had a crowd of people before at Lake Galilee. They'd come to listen to stories from Jesus. I think this story might be another one about Jesus and all the wonderful things he had to say to people. One day, Jesus was at Lake Galilee and he was talking to the crowds of people. He was telling them wonderful stories of God's power, of miracles, of healings, of how much God loved each and every person. And the crowds were flocking from far and near to hear these amazing stories and see this amazing person that they'd heard so much about. Jesus was getting tired. Jesus was getting hot with so many people crowding around him. And he saw the fishing boats. And he asked the fishermen if they would mind if he stepped into their boat and went out onto the lake a little bit so that he could address the crowds more clearly. He climbed into the fishing boat and from there he carried on telling the people wonderful things about God, how God cared for each and every one of them, how God was interested in each and every detail of their lives, how God wanted them to think through their actions about how they were treating other people, how they were speaking to other people, how they were showing God's love to other people. At the end of the day, as the crowds left, Jesus turned to the fishermen. One of them was called Peter, and he asked him to take him out further onto the lake. Perhaps they could catch some fish. Well, Peter laughed and laughed. He said, Jesus, we were out all morning trying to catch fish. We didn't catch a single thing. But if you really want to, go on. We'll go out and we'll have a go at casting our nets out into the lake again and see what happens. Out on the lake, they threw over their nets into the lake, deep into the water. And all of a sudden, they could feel a tug on the nets. Not just a little tug, but big tugs that were actually causing the boat to rock from side to side. And as they felt the tugs, they lifted on the nets, they pulled on the nets. And the nets were full, absolutely full of fish. Big fish, little fish, blue fish, yellow fish, red fish. So many fish that there was a fear that the boat would capsize. Peter called over to the other fishing boat that was still out on shore, his friends, other fishermen, asking if they could come and help, and they came out in their boat and they helped to haul in the catch of fish, that amazing catch of fish, into the boats. Well, Peter looked at Jesus and he started to tremble. Jesus, who am I that you should be in my boat? You must be an amazing, amazing person. You must be somebody sent by God to be able to do such a wonderful thing. We had no luck earlier, but look at how many fish we've caught now. You must be an amazing person, and I'm not worthy to have you in my boat. I'm not worthy to know you. And Jesus, calmly, and with a smile on his face, looked at Peter and he said, Peter, you are worthy. I want you to follow me. I want you and your fishermen friends to leave your nets, to leave your jobs, and I want you to fish for people. I can't do this task alone. I need helpers. I need people to work with me, to talk about the wonderful things that God can do. I'd like you to follow me. I'd like you to spend the rest of your lives following in my footsteps. I wonder how Peter felt when they caught all those fish. I wonder how Peter felt when he realised that Jesus was somebody special. I wonder how Peter felt when he left everything to follow Jesus. I wonder what is special to you. And I wonder what you would be willing to give up to get something really special. See you next time.